I wanted to get some more video footage of it before I get the paper mache going and monster mud and all that. So here's this gargoyle. I don't know if from the movie one, if he doesn't, he either his shoulder goes back or it looks like it just molds right into it. So I'm just gonna fill that in there, and his shoulder just becomes part of that. He has the hand that'll come down. This will be angled down more. I haven't glued this one down yet. And his head will be turned more that way. I gotta glue that down too. This will be angled more straight down so he points at the ground. This one here, just finished gluing. So that still needs to dry. And I just finished doing all this and his arm gets real funky. Both of their arms do. In the movie ones, their arms like twist out, which is really weird. So, which worked out for my benefit because I had no choice but to do exactly as they did. So I'm kind of wondering if the original might have been built out of PVC. This one looks more like Jack Skellington. I was gonna go through and fix them, but I figured that actually kind of worked out better. That was my first skull I did. I've never done a skull before, so this was number one. This was my second one, and that was my third one here. I think he's the best one, which is why he's up top here. I still got to give him ears. He's the only one who has ears and wings. His wings are all done. This arm's gonna come down. Basically, it goes at a weird angle inward into his body and then comes out, and then his hand just rests on his knee. I don't know how well I'm gonna be able to pull that off, but we're gonna try. It's the only reason why he doesn't have an arm right now is because the proportions are, I don't know, they're real funky on how they twist it. His PVC wings, we'll build off of that. How I'm gonna do it, I have no idea yet. I used a 45-degree angle because it does look like he is leaning over in the one in the movie. And then he's just kind of on this right here in the middle of it, which kind of looks how his body is built, is towards the middle. This one also looks like he leans over a little bit. So that's why, so I got a 45-degree angle from the back because it looks like he's coming in from the back and just kind of leaning over a little bit. So that's why he's like that. And you know, I could be wrong on everything. Who knows? This is supposed to be the tail. I don't know how it's going to work yet, but this will go across the front of him like that. I'm going to try to make this to where he's actually removable for easier transportation. It's more of a pain in the butt to make him removable, but I think all in all it would be worth it to do that. So there's the back. So I've learned that, first of all, I shouldn't have monster mudded the front of it yet, and I shouldn't have used any fabric or anything on the front, because cardboard would have been just fine. This right here is just kind of the cardboard right here, because I had to rip off everything else. It was just shredding everything. So, but yeah, I should have just left this alone as cardboard first, and did all my lettering, and then monster mud it and all that stuff afterwards to reinforce it and get everything looking good. My B lettering, I can't really do anything at the moment with that until, sorry, got all my paper mache stuff here. I swear I have it. Here's my B, what's left of it. So these parts will go on the inside of the B, but I have to put some red cellophane in here first. probably 1 or 2 layers of red cellophane, and then I will glue the parts of the B into the red cellophane, and same with the E's. There's 3 of those that need the little part right here, and I have 1. The other 2 I lost, but I can just make duplicates of it. No big deal. On the back here, I will probably build a cardboard box. Yeah, I have to cut out the arrow pointing down to the ground. So I gotta build a cardboard box, probably come out a little ways like this, fill it with foil on the inside, and then put an LED strip that'll probably go along the border of it, so it won't be like, the LED lights won't be facing directly out this way, but it should just illuminate the whole thing. Well, actually the box will come down and around where the arrow is. I just sketched it out this morning, so there's the arrow. I just have to cut it out, but I can't do it while everyone's sleeping because it is noisy. This will be the base that'll go around the unit, the tombstone, and so I'm also going to make this a separate piece for transportation purposes. And then all said and done, I have 6 cinder blocks. I don't know if I'll need all 6 in here, but I'm going to use cinder blocks to kind of just hold this in place at this location in the haunted house. And nobody's going to see the back of it, so I'm not worried about finishing off back here. If anything, like I'm gonna finish this off all the way around coming down, and from here I might actually just use like a gray sheet, and just so that way this can be opened up, so I have access to it for the cinder blocks, and transportation wise it's easier to grab these and lift it up. All in all, it's not that heavy currently. The thing that really adds weight to it is the monster mud, because this is already 2.5 gallons of it on it, and clearly I have to do it again, obviously, because there's spray paint, there's all these imperfections. This is all missing off of here, and it all needs reinforcement anyways. I am going around with Elmer's glue. That's what you see right here. This is all Elmer's glue. Kind of just kind of seal everything and reinforce it more. So hopefully it kind of actually makes it waterproof too. So I really gooped it in here. I just haven't done this side yet because some of this needs to be cleaned up. The lettering on the other side needs to be cleaned up a little bit more before I glue it all. But yeah, so that's just for reinforcement, so that way this stuff doesn't fall apart. It did kind of come apart right here. I burned it. I was trying to burn off all the little frayed ends here, but then the burning kept continuing. Came back here with a spray bottle. So I don't recommend playing with fire and cardboard. It's not the best choice to do. Here's some letters. Need some letters. So this is it. This is where we're at so far. Have not been keeping track of hours. Have no idea how many hours I have into this. I wouldn't say more than 6, 7 total so far. Not a whole lot. I've just kind of, as soon as I do work on it, it's kind of just go, go, go. I don't make measurements. I just look at things and like, oh, that looks about right. We'll cut it there. Oh, this looks about right. Let's cut it here. And then I start gluing stuff down and paper macheing and try not to think too much about it, because you overthink it, then, or at least in my case, I'll think about stuff too much to the point where I don't work on it anymore, because to me it'll never get accomplished the way I want it to in my mind. So for me, it's better to just start going and let things happen as they happen. And I produce stuff when that happens. Okay, this is already at 10 minutes, so we're done there.